There is huge fallout from the Clash at the Castle pay-per-view that involves Roman Reigns, Triple H, and Drew McIntyre. Shortly after the pay-per-view went off the air, we learned some shocking details about why Drew McIntyre lost. And now we have even more information, and unfortunately, the information might shock some fans. Roman Reigns ended up winning his match against Drew McIntyre as Roman retained his championship. And unfortunately, Drew McIntyre lost. And some fans have said WWE intentionally embarrassed Drew McIntyre in front of the massive UK crowd. And the details that we have learned point to the possibility that that could be true. So here's what we know right now. Drew McIntyre arrived in the UK on the Sunday prior to Clash at the Castle. While there, he did tons of press, met with fans, did everything he could to welcome WWE into the UK. Now, in the United States, WWE in wrestling doesn't make headlines, especially for a pay-per-view. They usually only make headlines in the mainstream press when something bad is happening, like a scandal. Nobody ever really reports in the mainstream press on WWE pay-per-views. However, in the UK, there was tons of press in the mainstream media about this pay-per-view because of Drew McIntyre. And one of the reasons why Drew was doing so much publicity and meeting with fans prior to the pay-per-view was because he was told by Triple H that he was going to win the match against Roman Reigns. And Drew would become the brand new Undisputed WWE Universal Champion. However, that did not happen. And fans are angry about that, but the person who is the angriest about this is Drew McIntyre himself, because he feels WWE lied to him and scammed him. Here's why. He was told, you're going to defeat Roman Reigns in front of the UK crowd. You're from Scotland, and it will be a huge celebration, and it will make front page news in the UK, and you'll be the UK hero. Instead, he ended up being the loser, and he was nowhere near the front page because he lost the match. And we're told Drew McIntyre was under the belief that he was going to win the match against Roman up until about 5 minutes before he walked out to make his entrance for the main event. In this very short conversation that Triple H had with Drew McIntyre, Triple H said, I have some bad news, but there's an update to the finish. You're no longer going to pin Roman. Instead, Roman is going to pin you, and you are going to lose. Drew was shocked. He was about to make his entrance. He was already nervous. He had to come out in front of 62,000 people, and now Triple H is telling him that the finish has changed, and now he's going to lose to Roman. Drew was shocked, and if you look at it, as Drew makes his entrance, he has a very strange look on his face. He doesn't look happy at all. This is in front of the UK crowd. He feels at home, yet he has a look of disappointment on his face, and this could be because of the shocking and sad news that Triple H told him prior to making his entrance. But what's most shocking is what Drew McIntyre found out after the pay-per-view went off the air, as his future in WWE is in serious question. Drew went out there with the new finish of him losing. He did the job. He got pinned by Roman. He lost the match. He had to be embarrassed in front of this huge UK crowd. He didn't even look happy when he was in the ring with Tyson Fury, as Tyson Fury serenaded him by singing American Pie. Drew looked disheveled, he looked out of sorts, and he looked very upset. This is because of what Triple H told him just prior to walking out, and that he had to lose the match. But to make matters even worse, after the pay-per-view ended, WWE held an official press conference. Triple H was at the mic, and he introduced Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns came out alone. Drew was backstage watching on a monitor, and he saw something very, very disturbing. He saw a very friendly handshake between Roman Reigns and Triple H. And the reason why this was so disturbing to Drew, because he was under the impression that Triple H and Roman Reigns were on bad terms. Also, Drew McIntyre was under the impression that Triple H was in his corner and not Roman Reigns. So why would Triple H shake the hand of somebody who he doesn't support? Triple H reportedly supported Drew McIntyre, and he didn't want Roman to win. We have to remember that Drew McIntyre was the NXT champion when Triple H was in charge of NXT. Triple H is the one who wanted Drew McIntyre back in the company. And this handshake between Roman and Triple H showed Drew everything he needed to know about why he was told that he had to lose 5 minutes before the match started. And reportedly, after the press conference ended, Drew McIntyre caught up with Triple H and Roman Reigns, and they had a meeting before leaving the building, and Drew McIntyre told him everything that was on his mind, and he wanted clarification on things. He wanted to know where he stood in the company, and he wanted to know what was up with that handshake. Well, Roman and Triple H were not happy about being questioned and cornered by Drew McIntyre. And Triple H and Roman said, "Look, Drew, we're the most powerful people in WWE. Don't mess with us. Because if you mess with us, bad things are going to happen to you." Drew was taken aback, and he was stunned. And the meeting ended abruptly. And then the next day, as Drew was flying back to the USA, he got a call from an unnamed WWE official that told him that he has inside information that Triple H was about to fire him. And this all occurred after that meeting backstage with Roman and Triple H. And Roman and Triple H's plan for him, for the firing, is going to be that they're going to keep him around for a month to 2 longer. But in that time, they're going to keep burying Drew. They're going to make him lose as many matches as possible, so that once he's fired from the company, if he tries to go to a different wrestling promotion, he won't get anywhere because he'll be so damaged. And unfortunately, the rumor is that Triple H and Roman Reigns are going to fire Drew McIntyre, as Drew will be fired from WWE. What are your thoughts about the rumor that Triple H and Roman Reigns are going to have Drew McIntyre fired from WWE? And which wrestler is your favorite, Roman Reigns or Drew McIntyre? Leave a comment below and give me your opinion. And don't forget to subscribe and click the bell notification so you are notified when we upload a new video.